another big crowd as Grand Rapids and the Supernovas meet for the third time. They split the first two meetings. We talked about how crowded the standings. Victory over the league leaders from Indy. Brooke Nunaviller, an all-star once again. Liao in the middle, along with rookie Reinhardt from nearby Creighton, Emily Londot, Sydney Hilly, and Elena Ogilvie will be at the Libero. This is the Wren Athletics starting lineup. Briggs Romine, an all-star along with Carly Snyder. That is Paige. Berkeley Oblad, Alyssa Jensen. Elizabeth Enna will be at the opposite. Cameron Turner, who we talked about, and Morgan Hentz, who started the year here in Omaha before requesting and getting a trade on February 13th. And she got a very warm round of applause when she was introduced to this Omaha crowd. Omaha at 9-9, Grand Rapids at 6-11. Hentzville has just moved a little bit down the road here in the Midwest to Grand Rapids. I was watching one of their matches the other night, and there's signs behind the bench. It's just welcome to Hentzville.
It caught on, Paul. Good job.
Well, it took 7 years.
Better late than never.
Grand Rapids in their white uniforms. Once again, these two teams split the first two meetings, each winning. We'll give the results of the early matches. There is Emily Londot, who will be making her first appearance in the All-Star match. Coming up in Orlando on the 28th. Parsons, dig right on target. Hilly, nicely dug by Turner. Long rally to start things off. Free ball coming. Turner taken out of the play. Very good transition setter is Morgan Hentz. Block on the outside. That's a big block. Grand Rapids 3-1. That was on February 1st. Emily Londot had 20 kills. The second was also at Grand Rapids on March 7th. The Rise won that, also 3-1. And out hit Omaha 3-0-1. Big night for Alyssa Jensen and the Grand Rapids Rise to split the first two meetings. Very poor set in transition that time, a missed opportunity for the Rise, as Sydney Hilly, twice the setter of the year, 2025, and the year before that was the MVP of the playoffs. There is Kathy George in her third year. Grand Rapids, 12-12 in her first season, 11-17 last year. Longtime coach at Michigan State before coming to the pro leagues. Already a lot of sets in the pipe, Holly. That's a third by my count. Nice play by Ogilvie. And Emily Londot getting a little bit lucky with the left-handed tip.
Head coach Lucas LeBay said, we want to attack from the middle, and I want Sydney Hilly to run a diverse offense. So you're going to see much less just left side. You're going to see a lot of back row in middle.
Lucas LeBay out of Slovenia in his first year coaching in Major League Volleyball, won a gold medal as an assistant coach with Karch Kirai in Tokyo, then to North Carolina State. Coached the Slovenian men's team, got them to prominence in the European zone, and that's no easy task. And now an assistant coach for the men's Olympic team for Los Angeles coming up in 2028. He will have a very busy summer. He's had a busy year, a lot going on with the Supernovas.
Emily Londot, the all-star for the Omaha Supernovas, is very rangy on the right side. She can hit a sharp angle, but look at her turn it high down that line deep in the court for Omaha.
And again, trying to go high hands and missed that. Just out of bounds.
As Elizabeth Enna working her way back into the lineup, she was out with an injury, just starting to get her feet back in this game.
Unfortunately, injuries have been a big part of the story of 2026 around Major League Volleyball. Nobody has been immune.
Paige Briggs-Romine has been so solid all season long for the Grand Rapids Rise. Her athleticism and her high jumping ability, able to find lots of kill numbers.
Perfect first contact. A little bit more tempo to the outside, I'm noticing, from Omaha.
Sydney Hilly pushing the tempo out to Parsons on that left side, and that opens things up. You push the tempo, you establish the middle. Oblad late to close, and Parsons finding a big seam in the block. Omaha Supernovas have been serving the ball a lot better the last couple matches, and that really sets up their block defense. So you're going to see a lot of pace on the serve from the back line from Omaha.
Liao currently in left front, moved into the starting lineup a couple of matches ago to very good effect. Again, more tempo. Liao had a franchise record 8 blocks in the 5-set win over Indy before a crowd of 16,838 last Saturday. We'll have a technical timeout when a team reaches 8, another when a team reaches 16. Harley Snyder, a really good center fielder, and just running out of real estate along the sideline.
And it was tiptoeing towards the side of the court. Couldn't bring it back.
Got to go over there with heavy feet.
Feet first.
Here's Londot. Working on Briggs Romine, out of system here. Very good set that time. Morgan Hentz once again wearing the libero jersey for Grand Rapids.
Morgan Hentz has got her groove back for Grand Rapids, and the way she plays defense has been really contagious for the rest of her team.
She has a big summer coming up with Team USA once again. You know, we have a log jam in the standings of Major League Volleyball. We also have one at the libero position for Eric Sullivan and Team USA. Technical timeout here in Omaha. Thanks. There is Parsons trying to go very flat coming out of the timeout and just missed that.
Neither team yet to establish their middle attack, both scoring from the pins so far.
Perfect reception. Hilly fooling no one with that particular tip. Stick by Parsons. Or we're seeing some fantastic middle back defense, not only early on in this opening set, but around the league. Vitally important and a smart shot by number 4, like Snyder.
Carly Snyder uses the late hands of Liao in the middle to score on a tip.
Turner now moving into the starting lineup. There is Liao. Spent her first year in Major League Volleyball in Columbus. Very nice reach by 17, Alyssa Jensen.
Liao is in there for Omaha defensively, but you have to use her length at the net, establish the middle. You see the block for the Grand Rapids. Alyssa Jensen is long defensively for Grand Rapids.
Another absolute dime, and Nunaviller will take advantage. Perfect pass by Parsons.
Sydney Hilly able to isolate Brooke Nunaviller by jump setting that ball and holding Jensen, the middle blocker, on the other side of the net.
We've seen some good rejection, good block defense phase already from Grand Rapids. They are second in the league in digs and third in the league in blocks at 2.7. Very solid numbers. Anna goes right down the line in front of Liao. It looked like Grand Rapids was sort of out of the race. They were losing contact with the leaders. But then they put together a stretch where they won 3 out of 4, and they've gotten themselves right back into the conversation, although they did lose at home on Wednesday night to Dallas, currently in 2nd place. Really good reception by both teams. There is Hentz.
Morgan Hentz flying in there. I like the dig, but nobody ready to play that second ball. And the setter was actually behind the flying Hentz, so she couldn't hurdle over her. You see this ball?
An all-star once again is Morgan Hentz. You'll see her on the 28th. She is currently second in the league in digs to only San Diego Shara Venegas. 23 digs versus Dallas. This is her 8th match since the trade back on February 13th.
Grand Rapids finally getting a kill out of the middle.
It's a theme, Holly, and I think you're absolutely right. The defenses and the pin blocking is so good in this league. If you don't establish something in the middle very early on to spread that block, you're going to have a long night as an outside attacker. Here is Nunaviller. Mentioned Morgan Hintz. She is twice the libero of the year in Major League Volleyball. None of you are cutting off Sydney Hilly and apologizing for getting in her way.
2 kills for Elizabeth and a back-to-back. Grand Rapids need to get her going on that right side to add some pressure to the blocking on the other side of the net.
Good deep serve to Ogilvy. Lena Ogilvy, also out of Stanford, like Morgan Hintz, is exceptional at the libero position.
Both liberos out of Stanford. Morgan Hintz originally, and most recently Ogilvy.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
That's for sure. Good tradition of fantastic liberos at Stanford University.
8 straight side outs, 9 ties already in this very, very well played opening set. Oh, big block by Parsons.
Sarah Parsons is a big physical blocker on that left side. But again, Grand Rapids going too much to the pins and have not established the middle. You can get a one-on-one opportunity to Jensen or Oblad in the middle.
Her 8th year as a pro at 6'2", wearing number 11. First year in Major League Volleyball, has played in Italy, Brazil, and Turkey, 3 of the best leagues on the planet. Been a busy year and a half. She took a year off to have Ezra, who turned 1 January 25th, and it took a little while to get herself back in volleyball shape, but she is certainly there now. Tied at 13. Good job taking Turner out of the play. Oh, what an angle by Briggs-Romine, but dug nicely by Parsons. Oblad on the slide, number 12 in white.
Berkeley Oblad is finally healthy and able to contribute for Grand Rapids. She is fantastic on the slide and can hit with tremendous range.
Hit 302 so far on the year, was 5 of 11, a very clean sheet against Dallas, albeit in a losing effort on Wednesday. That ball will drift just out of bounds as we approach the second technical timeout of the opening set, tied at 14.
Both teams trying to add that pace from the service line, and we've seen a lot of misses already trying to dial that in.
I like that miss a lot better than the one into the net. Working on Briggs-Romine. Parsons. That's a tough chance and can't be saved. Sarah Parsons well outside the antenna, but both teams really, really working hard in all phases. Block to defense and then to offense again in transition.
Let's see if Sydney Hilly tries to establish her middle, get layout going, open things up for the pin and the D ball back to Londot.
Boy, quick to the outside. Perfectly dug by Hintz. And Carly Snyder, their teammate Mimi Collier, also an MVP candidate, was on the other list as well. Going to be a lot of fun once again. Chance for Snyder. Londot digs her share of balls in the right back. Both teams doing a good job. The non-setters locating balls pretty nicely. Third best blocking team in the league, Grand Rapids, having an impact. That's going to be a net violation after a fantastic dig. Liao said, yep. Yep, got that one, and that's the largest lead of the opening set, 17-14.
Grand Rapids attacking this rotation where Sydney Hilly's in the front row. They've got Liao and they've got Parsons as front row attackers. Londot ready for the D-ball.
Briggs-Romine averaging almost 4 kills per set. There is Emily Londot. 6th in points is Paige Briggs-Romine, wearing number 13.
Grand Rapids Rise need to know that ball is coming on that particular rotation. This is a high priority set, the D-ball to Londot with the line open.
Carly Snyder was fronting Sydney Hilly. I think she got a little bit lost in the rotation and defensive end. And again in transition, Emily Londot back-to-back kills, Holly.
Londot so effective out of the back row. We saw her go line, but she's so smart attacking those deep corners where there's no defender.
Just under 3 kills per set, hit 225 so far on the season. I mentioned her defense, 2.2 digs per set. That ball deflected away. Brooke Nuneviller was there, but a fortuitous kill off the left side for Grand Rapids.
Janice Leal was so high as a blocker defensively, and she reached for that, and Nuneviller was tracking it down already.
That ball served just out of bounds. London out of Ohio State, second leading scorer all time for the Buckeyes, who will be making her first All-Star appearance. 14 of 47, gets a lot of swings. That was in 5 sets in the win over Indy on Saturday. Here is Leal. Oh, good deflection. Nice read by Reinhardt. Snyder is out of the play. Now she's back in the play, and she scores.
Well done by Carly Snyder. She came all the way into the middle of the court to pick up this ball. And the goal is to take her out of the offense, but she steps up, hits a 2-ball, and just puts it in a perfect location from in the middle of the court.
A very wry smile from Carly Snyder, the veteran out of the University of Florida. Played some very successful years in France, where she was 4 times their outside attacker of the year. Snyder. Joust coming, well done by Hilly. Very hittable ball by Enna, and well left by Londa.
Elizabeth Enna under that ball, and if you're under it, it's really hard to get on top of it as a hitter. You want to step close behind the ball.
Enna now with 3 hitting errors. That's too many early on. Got to carry a load for them. Good footwork and movement by, oh, what a rip. Dug by Nuneviller somehow. Ogilvy all over that. Nuneviller coming right back, kept off the floor. Nuneviller. Breaks Romine sprawling. That's a tough chance for Enna. Momentum on the line during this rally for whoever wins it. What a good block by Jensen. And again, this time by Snyder.
Alyssa Jensen is long at the net. Fantastic defensively. She had a stop in Grand Rapids, struggling offensively. Kathy George might make a change there.
Cameron Turner's already got 7 digs. Boy, Sydney Hilly has got a lot of confidence in Emily Londot. That was a clutch kill coming out of the timeout.
Emily Londot has crazy offensive range. We haven't seen the sharp angle yet tonight, so the block has adjusted to the line, and she goes sharp inside the defense.
Enna, and missed it out of bounds. You're right, Holly.
Enna continues to get under that ball, and Kathy George, I expect her to make a change there.
Enna is hitting minus 200, meaning she's got many more errors than kills. She's taken 10 swings. Briggs Romine, the all-star, coming right back, number 13 in white.
Paige Briggs Romine, a cross-body swing. She's got the range. She's undersized, but brings the power.
Camila Gomez will come in. Backup libero wearing the defensive specialist jersey, if there is such a thing. I just invented it. She's not wearing the libero jersey. You can play with 2 liberos. Gomez was there. That's why she's on the floor for Kathy George. Londot mistimed that. And when you're rolling, you're rolling.
Little deflection off the block. Camila Gomez, fantastic dig on that first short ball. But Grand Rapids can't transition for a point.
13th tie so far in the opening set. There's Kiara Reinhardt having a superb rookie season. Local product out of nearby Creighton. Smart shot by Briggs Romine, using the edge of a very big block in Londot and Leal.
Grand Rapids still need to do a better job of trying to get their middles involved offensively.
Candela Alonso Corcelas on the floor now to serve. Play some defense for Grand Rapids. Very good out-of-system set. Parsons calling for it. Instead, right side to Londot. Parsons. Snyder with another dig out of center field. And Snyder missed it.
I like that set by Cameron Turner, trying to use the middle of the court to Carly Snyder, just off the middle. Snyder just didn't get on top of that ball to keep it in bounds. Merritt Beeson will come on now for Londot. Started her career at Florida, finished it at Nebraska. Just a very warm welcome. Merritt Beeson, a very strong server and back row defensive player. You called it, Holly. That was a good serve. Briggs Romine is hitting some bullets, and that one came right back at her. Sydney Hilly fronts Briggs Romine, and Snyder and Briggs Romine are very low air, not only on the season but also this evening. But they're crushing balls that are staying off the floor. There's the middle attack, well blocked. Nice job by Liao. Outside the antenna, and now it's going to be a set point. Very nice response by the Supernovas. Set point number 1. Good serve, but perfectly handled. We talked about the offense from the setting position with Turner. Cameron Turner is left-handed and offensive-minded. If she's got a perfect pass like that, she's going to rip it or throw it down for Grand Rapids. Now Snyder. Oh, and blocked there. What a cover by Hentz. Nunaviller. Decision by Sydney Hilly to use Brooke Nunaviller in this situation. Long rally attack out of the middle, and Brooke Nunaviller gets on top of that ball quickly for Omaha. Set point number 3. Well passed. Snyder again, and that tucked inside Liao. Janice Liao is an elite blocker, number 17 in pink for the Omaha Supernovas, but she's high right now and she needs to get over quickly. Carly Snyder and Paige Briggs Romine have taken 32 swings in the opening set. Perfect reception. Beautifully done by Ogilvy. And Sydney Hilly getting her middle involved. That sets up the rest of the Omaha Supernova offense, just running that one middle attack. Set point number 4. Nora Sis to Brock. Snyder. And that's not coming back. Snyder attacking that left back position to Brock, just into the match, and gets her with some heat. Carly Snyder, her 3rd year in Grand Rapids, was an all-star last year in 2025. So that would make it last year, meaning that this is 2026. A little tight. Back row again. Snyder off the top of the tape and down. Back-to-back kills under pressure. Morgan Hentz dug a fantastic ball down. Thus, so many big numbers in terms of attempts. Set point number 1 for Snyder and Grand Rapids. Londot. Oh, nice save by Hilly, and smartly off the block.
Sydney Hilly with a fantastic stretch to keep that ball on her side.
Kathy George leaving Corseas in the match, the rookie out of Indiana, on that opposite position.
Pretty good opening set. What a lot of fun. Important stage of the season. Omaha at 9-9, Grand Rapids at 6-11. Handled by Ogilvy. On dot again. Oh, what an effort on both sides.
Loving the defensive effort, both sides at the net and behind. Defenders in good positions to keep the ball off the floor.
Set point number 5. Crowd getting tired, getting up and down all the time. And missed out of bounds. It's a shame for it to end that way. How many spectacular... Sydney Hilly had more than one dig, but Cameron Turner was all over the place. Grand Rapids had 30 digs in the opening set, led by Briggs, Romine, and Turner with 8 apiece. Scouting report stuff.
Alyssa Jensen, the middle blocker for Grand Rapids Rise. She is driving hard offensively. She's yelling for the ball, but they're not getting her the ball.
Listen to Holly McPeak. She knows what she's talking about. I agree with you completely.
It'll free up the big ball behind in the middle. It will just open things up.
Arlie Snyder had 8 kills in that opening set. Very, very busy. She became the first Grand Rapids Rise player in franchise history with 500 or more kills. She has 501. Oh, look at that. What a smart play moving Jensen to the right side. Interesting.
And Jensen's able to get involved in the offense. A lot of times middles just want that quick ball. Jensen shows she can hit a higher ball on the right side and gets the kill.
Ooh. Cannot challenge in or out. That is all done electronically. Headquarters in Charlotte, and that got the smallest piece of the line so far on the 2026 season.
Omaha Supernovas running some different looks at the Grand Rapids Rise, using Emily Londot out of the middle.
Snyder looking for 502, doesn't get it. Reinhardt, number 10 for Omaha with a big block. 6'3" rookie, number 8 overall pick.
Kiara Reinhardt has been a blocking machine. What an impact the rookie out of Creighton has been for the Omaha Supernovas.
Maybe her offensive numbers, but to your point, Holly, among the league leaders with 27 total blocks. Jensen, very nicely done again. Once off the right side and this time in front.
Cameron Turner getting her middle involved, and that's going to open up things on the pin so Briggs, Romine, and Snyder don't have a huge double block every time.
Snyder back to serve. Omaha in extra points won the opening set 29-27. Pretty clean from both teams in terms of serving, but that one came up well short. Reinhardt has 19 aces so far on the year, second only to Natalie Foster's 47. Briggs Romine fought that off nicely. That ball was crushed, but just out of bounds.
I was going to say the same thing. Jensen is long, high above the net, and she went for it, just missed it wide. But Turner feeling that connection with her middle attacker, and that's a good thing for Grand Rapids.
And they're looking to find some rhythm and momentum offensively. Londot getting a lot of looks as well. We'll give you those numbers in a second. That ball missed out of bounds by Parsons. Emily Londot has taken 20 swings so far. 27 kills with just 1 error. Error in volleyball statistics, either hit a ball out of bounds or you get blocked for a point. It's better to get blocked. Might hurt your feelings, but it's better for your team. Back row again, Snyder, and missed by Hilly. Sydney Hilly'd like to have that one back.
Love the decision by Cameron Turner to get that ball back row to Carly Snyder, attacking that right back defender, Sydney Hilly. Even if Sydney Hilly digs that ball, she takes a setter away from running the offense in transition.
Holly, we don't have the number available, but it feels like in transition and maybe inside out as well. It's like over a third of the sets are going to the back row for both teams.
Both teams trying to run it more, opening things up. I feel like as a back row attacker, you see the block better, and it opens things up for your offense to have another option out of the back row.
And we showed you the standings. 5 teams within 2 matches in the loss column in terms of their adjacency in the standings. You can't stay pat. Everybody's got video. Everybody's got all the tendencies in the world. You've got to continually evolve offensively. Ball is dug too tight. Strong play by Briggs Romine. See her in Orlando in a week or so time for the All-Star match coming your way on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Paige Briggs Romine got that over dig, but had a blocker in front of her and had to work around it. She did a very nice job battling that tight ball.
Won a title, did Briggs Romine, right here in Omaha in her first year, and then moved over to Grand Rapids last year, playing in her first All-Star match. Missed opportunity for Grand Rapids, trying to create another. Lundad off the block and out of bounds. Elizabeth Enna, wearing number 3, continues to struggle and can't find her footing with Cameron Turner.
And that's the thing, as a back row attacker, you got to get your feet behind that ball so you can make good hand contact. Enna struggling to get power on the ball offensively.
Enna is just 2 for 17. Good play by Hentz. That ball was served in a beautiful seam. Briggs Romine calling for it again out of the back row. Stuffed by the record. Hilly 3rd in the league in assists. Talia Valentin Anderson and the twin we got ahead of her in that particular category. Liao. That was a high attack point.
Sydney Hilly doing a fantastic job getting that ball quick and high to Liao, using her length at the net. When you set your middle blockers, they start doing everything better. They feel more involved defensively as well.
Just playing in her 23rd set so far on the season. 19th match of the year so far for Omaha. That down in front of London.
Paige Briggs Romine comes in so hard on her approach.
Tough serve, well handled, right back to London. Enna. That was a good swing, just better defended. Oblad off the top. Good touch, nice reaction by number 12 in white. Back row combination, looking for a touch, none detected. Nope, there was a touch. You got it, touch off the block. Good work by the officials working together.
Grand Rapids had a ball in transition where they didn't get a swing. Every time you dig the ball, you want to get a swing out of it, and that was a free ball that the Supernovas took care of.
Parsons now with 5 kills on 19 swings. Good crossbody by Kiara Reinhardt.
Kiara Reinhardt has a big offensive window. Both middles do for the Omaha Supernovas, and Sydney Hilly going back-to-back attacks out of the middle.
Hit 337 so far on the year, 7th best in the league for the rookie out of Creighton. Liao would like to have that one back.
Serving number 12 for Blade.
6th service error for Grand Rapids, 3 for Omaha. No aces so far for either team. Good swing by Nunaviller. High off hands.
Brooke Nunaviller making the decision to keep it high, crossbody down that line deep, and the defender going hard, trying to get under it, and can, is Paige Briggs-Romine.
Snyder ripping inside the block, but dug by Ogilvy. Ogilvy will track it down. What a good block touch that time by Londot. And Briggs-Romine, whatever you've got, I can match that as well. It's quite serious. We wish her the very, very best indeed. She was having a fantastic season, recognized as an all-star, one of the really good stories around the league, and suffered a severe injury last night. Back row again, and did get a piece of the cross-court corner.
Paige Briggs-Romine out of the back row, that wrist away to the deep corner. Such a smart hit out of the back row, keeping it high and deep.
Boy, kills are hard to come by so far on the evening on both sides. Omaha won the opening set 29-27. Really good transition set, big heat. Perfect example, a lot of heat, but dug once again. Very close to being outside the antenna. There are no lines people, remember, making that call difficult, but by the board. Point goes to Grand Rapids.
In transition, Cameron Turner gets her middle going, even though it got blocked. Puts the pressure on the block on the other side of the net.
Very nice play by Coach Slabé. He's got defensive skills.
Emily Londot takes a big rip down the line, and that was coming hard and fast right at Morgan Hint's head.
Serving for Omaha.
Candela Alonso Corsellas is on the floor now for Grand Rapids. 7 of 32 against Dallas. On at the opposite, nicely done. More out of the middle, or you'll hear about it from Holly McPhee.
Turner to Jensen. Briggs-Romine and Carly Snyder carry such a big load. Why not use the long body and arm of Jensen in the middle?
Well handled by Nunaviller. Solid side out, all with the first contact.
Nunaviller basically had to dig that ball, so much heat on the serve, and slides under, puts it in Hilly's hands, and then Reinhardt keeping that attack high to clear the block.
Omaha passing at 53% positive, Grand Rapids at only 32%. Big difference. Look at that perfect pass and a better block. Londot, the all-star, doing it all, playing a very nice match so far. We have come to the second technical time. She was at Texas San Antonio. Where did I get that one from?
I don't know, but I didn't know that.
Good response by Jensen. Coming on also is number 15, Allison Mayfield.
Cameron Turner finding Jensen, feeling comfortable with that connection, high and fast. Good wrist away to that deep corner.
And to your point, Ollie, Jensen is 5 of 7. No errors. I'd go there again. Good kill down the line by Parsons.
Alonso Corsellas just a little bit late with her hands, needs to protect the line more with her block. Parsons will have a field day if she doesn't.
Parsons now 6 kills on 20 swings. Lead is 5. Working at the defensive end, making, look at Londot to the joust. Corsellas able to tip that ball to the floor. Nicely done by Londot, dealing with some heat.
Emily Londot reads the game really well. She's in fantastic positions to dig that ball.
averaging almost 2.5 digs per set. That is a big number. He was going back and forth for the starting spot for Omaha with Merritt Eason at the beginning of the season. But about 6 or 7 matches in, there was no question that Londot was going to be the starter. And she's played that into an appearance in the All-Star match. Snyder, Londot again. Beautiful roll shot.
We always talk about Emily Londot, her big arm, her offensive range, but how about her defense? Emily Londot in that right back position, scoops under, allowing Sydney Hilly to put up a transition set to Parsons on the left.
Parsons now with 6 kills to go along with 8 digs. Another well-rounded match indeed. Oblad on the slide. Oh. Sydney Hilly, that connection is, we talk about connection oftentimes in the middle, but on the right side, that's really good rhythm and pace.
Yeah, it's the rhythm of the set, it's the location, it's knowing your hitter's window and where she likes that ball.
They have spent some time together in the practice gym, and it's paying off. Another dig by Londot. Rattling the ball through is Mayfield on the outside, 6'1", her 11th year as a pro. Having spent the previous 7 years before coming back to Major League Volleyball last year in Europe. The advantage is still 5. First set went deuce, 29-27. Ball tucked inside of Oblad.
When you're playing against Brooke Nuneville, your hands have to be over the neck quickly, or she will make you pay, and that's what happened on that last swing versus Oblad.
Yeah, and Oblad knew it. She should have stopped and gotten her hands over. She tried to chase. Exactly right, Holly. Brooke Mosier on the serve. Rookie out of pit. That's a good flat shot off the top of the block. I'll tell you, Grand Rapids better find an answer for Londot. I don't know if there is one tonight.
Grand Rapids Rise right now need a first ball side out kill so they can get back into scoring position and go to the service line.
Good play by Turner, keeping the joust alive. And Carly Snyder, did she get a piece? Did not. They're going to have a challenge.
Grand Rapids players very certain that there was a touch there and the challenge happening.
A block touch.
You could hear the challenge is for block touch. You get 1 challenge. That's a new or a rule change, if you will. There was 2 challenges previously.
Okay. There was a touch. Okay.
Referee's mic is still open, so we're getting play-by-play on what's going to happen with the review. Can challenge touch off the block, a net violation. Cannot challenge ball in or out. That is done electronically, or computer-driven, if you will. Let's take a look at the Major League Volleyball challenge replay. You can challenge foot fault on the service line, 3-meter line, and center line. Pancake, along with 4 contacts and ball in the plane. Right now looking to get on a run. Londot again. What a perfect pass by Parsons.
The first contact has been so good by the Omaha Supernovas. You look at the backcourt, who do you serve? You got Oakley, Nuneville, who's just like having another libero, and then Parsons doing a fantastic job in serve receive as well.
Londot, 5th double-double of the season, 12 kills to go along with 13 digs already. 13 digs ties a season high. I think she will set a new season high since we're only in the 2nd set.
Same thing there. Jensen's high and not over quickly against Nuneville. Look who's on the other side of the net and adjust accordingly.
Nuneville now 7 of 20. Corsellis sprays that one out of bounds. The lead continues to grow. Set points now, 9 of them for Omaha to take the 2-0 lead.
Supernovas scoring from every position, especially that right side where Londot is the hot hitter.
Very different second set. First set was 29-27. Multiple ties and lead changes. Turner back at the line, set point number 2 for Omaha. Oh, big block by Corsellis.
Corsellis, very quick hands over the net that time. Good block adjustment for the Grand Rapids Rise. They've got a big hole to dig themselves out of, but a block is a good way to start momentum on your side.
Try to get some work done towards the end of this set. It is highly unlikely they will cover this lead. Corsellis is blocked. Good deflection of Kiara Reinhardt in transition from Sydney Hilly, who is setting a masterful match so far. Omaha very comfortably takes the second set. 29-27 in the first. No trouble at all in the second. Let's send it over to Holly McPeak with the woman who's directing this offense.
What was the difference in the second set?
I think we passed really well that last set, and I was able to get every single one of my hitters opportunities to score. So our passes are doing a great job for us right now.
The last couple matches, your team has been finding a rhythm. What have you been focused on as a setter?
I think just being more creative and speeding up the tempo a little bit to give my hitters more spaces to score.
What's it going to take to close out Grand Rapids?
We got to serve tough and keep in rhythm with our offense.
All right, thank you so much.
Diggs, another double-double. 12 of 29. She's hit one ball out of bounds, has not been blocked. Underway third set. Nice set that time by the middle blocker, Oblad.
Paige Briggs-Romine, she brings the heat cross court, but so deceptive turning it down the line. One of her best shots.
Now with 9 kills for Briggs-Romine. Nunaviller dug by Briggs-Romine. 2 all-stars will be going at one another. A little over a week's time. Londot. First kill of the third set. Her roll continues.
Emily Londot's big arm just rattles it through the block, but Parsons able to control that dig for the Omaha Supernovas and set up that transition opportunity.
And when you're rolling like Londot is, you get those kind of kills. Everything is just kind of bouncing your way. Overpass, taken care of by Reinhardt.
The footwork by Kiara Reinhardt, even though it was an overpass, she worked hard to get her feet behind that ball so she could use her big arm for that kill.
Good serving by Hilly, putting on the pressure. Well dug by Parsons. Grand Rapids still looking for production out of the right side, not yet. Really good block. Good work by 17 Jensen.
The job of a middle blocker is so hard. The eye work, you have to watch the ball out of the setter's hands, track what's happening, and then quick hands over the net. Alyssa Jensen does a fantastic job right there, tracking that one down.
As a team, Grand Rapids is third among the 8 teams in Major League Volleyball. 2.7 blocks per set. They're second in terms of digs. Good hustle by Hilly. And a better block back-to-back by Jensen. Pretty good eye work there. Not bad with the hands either.
Really good. Alyssa Jensen, length at the net, but the way she angles her hands to take away this angle swing from Brooke Nunaviller with her left hand.
Hentz is there with a pancake. Briggs-Romine would like to have that one back.
That's Miami's #1 team, by Volleyball today. Serving for bingo, number 5, Nunavilla.
Brooke Nunaviller out of the University of Oregon, first Pac-12 player to ever have 1,500 digs and 2,000 kills. Huge numbers for the Ducks way back when.
Corseas for the Grand Rapids Rise getting a much-needed kill on that right side. Inna and Corseas combined have been hitting for negative numbers, and that's such an important position that you have to score from on that right side.
Negative numbers meaning you have more errors than kills, so all the swings added up, you're below zero. Londot again.
Because Emily Londot has had success attacking the line, the Grand Rapids Rise have moved out wider to attack and stop that line, but Londot's got the range to go inside sharp angle.
And Hilly is so consistent. The ball is same rhythm, same height, same tempo each and every time. That ball missed just out of bounds. Reinhardt is having a really good offensive year, good defensive year, and also at the service line with 19 aces. Very consistent, pretty low error rate.
It's so fun to see these middles use their big arms from the service line.
Nice stretch by Hilly. Perfect first contact, and Nunaviller nice on the third.
Sydney Hilly is making better decisions in the rhythm, keeping all her hitters involved. You don't know where she's going to put this ball. Block is late to help in the middle, and Brooke Nunaviller on it too quick for Omaha.
Oh, aggressive set. Look at the dig by Ogilvie. Parsons with the kill. You notice Elena Ogilvie wearing that cute collar. Had a concussion earlier in the season, and it's designed to help prevent further concussions. Lydia Martin has worn one for a couple of years now with Indy. Snyder. Parsons, nice play by Turner. It is so difficult to put a ball away, as evidenced by that. GOmaha has a couple of hitting errors here in the third.
The Omaha Supernovas are doing a defensive dance. They're moving so smoothly as a unit in the backcourt. When Ogilvie's picking up the tip, Brooke Nunaviller's covering behind. It's really smooth.
Omaha looking to get a match over 500. That's a good block by Parsons. Parsons and Liao, that's a pretty big wall. Parsons at 6'2" and Liao at 6 Saturday. It was 16,838 for a new record. This year, Omaha averaging a league best 10,599. Volleytown indeed.
They love their volleyball here in Nebraska.
It's not 92,003, but it's still a pretty good crowd. Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. That was a sight to behold. Been out as well.
Lucas Obey physically is in every play. He's watching him on the sidelines. He's burning tons of calories.
Yeah, he is indeed, and it puts Sarah Parsons as a staple back in his lineup. Last 3 matches, 15 kills at Grand Rapids, 18 kills at Columbus, 19 kills at Indy. So far, 8 kills and 11 digs on the evening. And make it another right on cue, 9 kills.
The fantastic serve received by the Omaha Supernovas allows Sydney Hilly to jump set that middle, hold one blocker, and then you see the late Oblad trying to get out and close, and Parsons able to get on top of that ball quickly.
Big swing, handled so comfortably by Ogilvie. Snyder. What a cover. Hence again. Liao. Who else? Hence dug that. Carly Snyder again, so much heat off the left side.
Hens had a cover play that was incredible and then dug the ball. Carly Snyder, the beneficiary, getting the transition swing. There it is. Big dig from Hens, and then Turner out to Snyder, who goes sharp 4-4 with heat.
And the two Stanford liberos going mano a mano. Figuratively, not literally. Kill off the left side, outside the block that time by Nutteviller.
Brooke Nutteviller finding her rhythm, and when she can get that ball fast out to the pin, she can work her magic, chopping, slicing, finding openings in the block for the Omaha Supernovas.
There is Liao coming off a record-setting 8 blocks against Indy on Saturday. Oblad finds the last 1.5 of the court. Nicely done over the top of the defense.
The key there is Cameron Turner setting the ball high enough. Oblad plays very high, and you have to get that ball high enough for Oblad to use the entire court.
Oblad at 6'4". Played in Las Vegas last year before they suspended activities. 3 new teams coming into the league next year. There are 8 right now, but new team in Northern California, Minneapolis, and Washington, D.C.
If the Grand Rapids Rise pass the ball well, look for Cameron Turner to possibly attack this ball on 2.
Visitors have got to stay in contact right now. Second set, they were there in the beginning of the second, but then they lost contact. Londot, and out of reach. Londot continues to add to her total now. 15 kills to go along with 13 digs. Season high is 20 kills. That came February 1st at Grand Rapids.
Londot so tough to defend with all the weapons and the way she uses the entire court.
Good block deflection, and that ball fell right in the middle of the campfire.
Serving number 22, Cameron Turner.
We used to call that Monument Valley. Everybody just standing around, but there was a little movement for that ball.
A little bit.
A little bit. Reinhardt calling for it. Wonderful hustle that time by Hens. Both liberos playing at a super high level. London again. What a night.
Grand Rapids Rise working hard defensively, but Kiara Reinhardt in transition, and then look at that ball, the Londot, big arm again, working through the block. She's the hot hitter today.
Good cover by Turner. Breaks Roma, and what a... I've said it time and again, but another spectacular dig. And that's a touch. Hilly couldn't pull off it.
That's why hitting the ball fast with pace creates kill opportunities. That one, Sydney Hilly just couldn't get her arm out of the way quick enough.
Ogilvie now with 18 digs. We'll give you Hens's numbers in a moment, but importantly, passing numbers as well. Morgan Hens now credited with only 8 digs. Seems a bit low in my estimation.
Agreed.
Have to go back and look at the tape. We've called her name just a few times. First 2 sets going to Omaha. A log jam again, once again in the standings. That ball served just out of bounds. We're working our way towards the second technical timeout. 29-27 in the opening set, 25-17 in the second. 9th service error for Grand Rapids. Omaha with 6. No aces in the match. Oh, what a block by Liao. Now compared to 56.
I thought it was Grand Rapids with 30 in the first set.
It could have been. They're the other team here tonight.
Correct.
Thank you.
They're both digging a ton of balls.
Ton and a half. Right side has been a challenge all night long. Ogilvy with a spectacular save. Snyder is blocked.
The Omaha Supernovas are getting ahead in the play, and the Grand Rapids Rise are struggling. This is a set coming from way off the net. Hard for Carly Snyder, who's going for it, but Leao and Hilly with a huge Supernova block to end that one.
Alexis Shelton, 6'2" outside hitter out of Oklahoma. 4th overall pick on the floor now. Number 21. Smart serving her right away. How about that? Oh, to have young legs.
So hard to come off the bench when you've been sitting for over an hour and come in and make that play. Perfect pass. And Shelton with the heat in the cross court.
India topped the standings, followed by Dallas. Tough chance, and that'll be out of play and point once again to Omaha as they start to stretch this lead. Very similar to the second set. Oblad, what a play by Nuneviller. Oblad again. And that is blocked on the sideline. Second effort by Nuneviller.
Nuneviller working to turn her hands back into the court. Looked like Oblad was trying to tool the block. Well done by Brooke Nuneviller.
10 blocks now for Nuneviller and Omaha. Looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Their most important win most recently was over number 1 Indy, 16-14 in the 5th. That was last Saturday.
Cindy Hilly doesn't call.
Just now back in the lineup, had her first kill yesterday for the first time in 11 matches. Sage Kaina Torres on now to set. Hilly was there, but Leao didn't know it. Good block that time by Oblad in a back in on the right side.
Kathy George trying to mix things up, put some new bodies on the floor, see if they can get things going on the Grand Rapids side of the net.
Kathy George has pushed virtually every button. I can't think of any more as I look down at the bench. Nuneviller blocked again. Enna got her.
Enna and Oblad on the first one, and that one Enna alone on the pin. Really nice block stuff, putting some pressure on Omaha.
Getting back to the Indian guys. You look around the league, I mentioned some of the really impactful injuries. You look at Dallas with Sofia Maldonado Diaz, Natalia Valentin Anderson, all MVP candidates, along with Mimi Collier. They've been healthy. They have not been hit by that bug, and we hope they're not. They have been a wonderful story. Shannon Windsor, also a new coach in the league, has done a fantastic job. She and Coach Bertolacci, the best of friends from their days in Australia. Big lead here for Omaha. And what a night for Omaha. MVP of the match, along with Hilly.
The defensive intensity on the Omaha Supernovas side of the net has been tremendous, and that creates all the opportunities. First it was Brooke Mosier, and then she attacks out of the back row. So Brooke to Brooke. And then Emily Londot on that right side to finish things off with the high swing.
What a job by Brooke Mosier, also coming on. Layla Blackwell, the first ace of the match. Blackwell started her career for the Toreros in San Diego, went to a national semifinal before moving over to Nebraska, greeted very warmly. Brooke Mosier almost always plays right back defense, dug a ball very nicely in the left back. As versatile as Holly McPeak at the defensive end.
Brooke composure, known for her incredible topspin serve. Now just serving a tough floater, but putting pressure on Grand Rapids Rise nonetheless.
Match point. Omaha looking to make it 3 in a row. Inna. A new season high in digs for Londa. Briggs, Romine. Not yet. For Mosier. Couldn't make the play in the left back that time.
Beautiful deep cross-court swing by Briggs Romine, but all the pressure on Grand Rapids Rise right now.
Camila Gomez coming on to serve and play defense. Match point once again for the Supernovas. They are at 9-9. And that ball tapped straight down. Alyssa Jensen has been a force wearing number 17 for Grand Rapids.
Credit Gomez with the tough serve and creating that point-scoring opportunity for Jensen on the overpass.
29-27 in the opening set. After that, it has been all Omaha. Match point number 3. Londa. And she is blocked by Jensen. Still speaking with an English accent. Match point number 4. Blackwell. That is a nice gift from Sydney Hilly to go to the former Cornhusker.